Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Would it be amazing if you were dealing with a challenge, let's say it was diabetes, and we told you 5 steps could lead to a better, healthier, easier life? How would you think about that? Who would say no? She's got the 5-step program, and that's just one of the things that it addresses in terms of your health. She's an advanced practice nurse and owner and wellness coach of a great organization that helps people all the time. And she's also an advanced practice board certified clinical nurse specialist and so much more. Mary Ann Wietbrock joins us on the program. Welcome back. How are you doing today?
I'm great. It's a great day. It's Monday, and we're getting the day started.
So you and I have talked.
Energy.
You got to have a lot of energy, and you do for helping people, and the passion there as well. We've talked before about your 5-step program. Now we're going to see it in action with somebody that you helped, and we're going to bring him in here. His name is Joe. Welcome, Joe. How are things going on your end?
Hey, everything's going great on my end. No complaints at all. It's just a beautiful day, and I have no complaints at all.
Beautiful. So your journey has been with diabetes, and that changed when you met Mary Ann. Tell us about diabetes and you.
When I found out I was diabetic, I found out I was at work. I was all of a sudden one morning going to the bathroom a lot. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And I'm, every 10 minutes I'm going back to the bathroom. And the last time I went to the bathroom, I started walking back to my desk, and it looked like I was walking downhill. So it felt like I was missing steps, and got a little bit blurry. Didn't think nothing about it. Got up, went to the bathroom one more time, and a coworker of mine said, "Man, you all right? Because you don't look okay." I said, "I'm just feeling a little funny today, and I've been running back and forth to the bathroom." And he said, "Well, let me check you out, because I'm diabetic, and it sounds like you might be diabetic." And so went to his office, and he had one of the things that check your blood sugar level. And he pricked me and checked it. It was at 550. So I immediately called my doctor, and she said, "Come to the office right now, but do not drive. Let somebody bring you. I'm afraid you might have a stroke." So got in the car, headed towards her office. She called me back, said, "Do not come to the office. Go straight to the emergency room." So went direct to the emergency room. I got in there. They got me straight in. About that time they checked me again, I was around about 593. And they immediately started administering insulin. They got it down to close to 275 before I left. That was about 4 hours later. And all of a sudden I'm diabetic and I'm on insulin.
My gosh. Were there any signs, aside from maybe more bathroom frequency, anything that you saw that led to this?
I started having some vision issues maybe a month before. I decided to go to the eye doctor and got a prescription. Got the glasses, but I started noticing. I watch ESPN a lot, so I started noticing I can't see the little words, the ticker at the bottom, and it got worse, as the time went on, and then it got to the point where sometimes I would drive and I started having a problem seeing even the license plates of the car in front of me. So I knew that I was something was wrong. I thought it was the vision. I put the glasses on, and they still wasn't working right. So
wow.
Until that bathroom episode, I just thought it was something wrong with my vision.
Thank you for sharing that. I mean, that's a wake-up call for a lot of us. What was your last A1C, and what are you doing now to manage it?
So my last A1C was 6.9. I have been as high as 14.1. I am on a weekly shot of Majerno, and I'm on Lantus, which is 2 shots a day. and I'm on Humalog, which is 2 shots a day. So that's how I manage it. I've been weaned. My doctor has been reducing it as time go on. I used to be at 40 units of Landis twice a day and 20 units of Humalog twice a day. I'm down to 30 and 10 now. And I still take the weekly shot of Majerno. Before I was on Majerno, I was on Truvicity. And then, she wanted to try something different because my body was getting used to the Truvicity. So she put me in a Majerno.
How long ago was that situation where you had gone to the bathroom and your coworker said, "Hey, wait a second"?
That was about 8 years ago.
Wow.
And at the time, I was a little bit on the heavy side. I think I was around about 276. So yeah, I was on the heavy side. With Cardinal Fitness's program, I'm right now about 235. So it's been a journey that I had to change my habits. The staff at Cardinal Fitness stayed on top of it, and the good thing with Cardinal Fitness, it's a more of a personal. It's almost like your family doctor within your family doctor.
So Joe, we're talking about the 5-step wellness, the 5steps.net program online.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, you do have some individual programs with a lot of backup videos available and recipes. And what did you think about the recipes?
Hey, my favorite recipe is a cucumber salad. I have gotten addicted to it, but all the recipes were great. I went in a little bit skeptical because it wasn't something that I was accustomed to eating. But once I got to doing the different recipes and the things that were added, I looked at it like, this is not bad at all. I'm missing out on eating I missed out on changing what I was eating and thinking that new stuff was not going to be the same. I'm not going to get the same fulfillment, but I am getting the same fulfillment. But the cucumber salad is probably my favorite. I probably do that maybe at least every weekend because I love cucumbers. But it's just the flavor that I get out of it. I can eat the whole salad all day long.
I just started enjoying cucumbers for the first time. Like if they've been in a random salad or whatever, now I'm like, I got to look deeper into this. Obviously, lifestyle, health, eating was mandatory for you. And that came in the 5-step program. How long ago was that? Was that shortly thereafter getting the diagnosis where you began?
Yes, it was. So I've been doing the 5-step program probably around about 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that even, we just went through the COVID, it became easier to do because you're not going out to eat. And I said, let me just sit here and try this. And, I just kept trying it and kept trying it. I have a wife that runs a lot of marathons, so it was easy for her because she's healthy anyway. So it was easy for her to do the switch. But, I'm a meat lover. So, I don't mind eating meat and no vegetables at the time. So, but it has really been fulfilling. It has taught me a lot about the journey I need to go on to eventually my goal is not to be on any insulin at all. So the 5-step program is helping me towards that goal.
So Joe, have you had any challenges in getting your drugs?
Yes, unfortunately, with the Majerno and the Ozempic, the people are more that's trying to lose weight are getting prescriptions for these 2 types of drugs. So when it's time for my refill, I am probably, I just recently got one a month ago, but I went almost 3 months without the prescription because I couldn't find it anywhere. So, I'm calling up every pharmacy, grocery store, Myers, Walmart, trying to find it. And I just happened to find a Kroger that had it. Called my doctor. They sent out the prescription, so I was able to go there and get it. But yesterday I went to go get the refill, and they're out. So now I have to find another pharmacy to go get it at. And it just unfortunate that people are using it for what it's not used for. So it really hurts the people who really need it. So that's the struggle that I'm having to have right now. I still got to call in for CVS for a prescription. They haven't had it in 4 months.
Wow. You said initially that with the 5-step program, you were skeptical. Like, how is this going to help me? How is this going to make a difference? Um, it sounds like you were pretty surprised once you dug into it. And
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about some of the things that worked for you.
And what, like I said, the skeptical is, eating right. I mean, anybody can eat right, but is it going to help you at all? The 5-step program also introduces, to different programs as far as exercise that are not real. I don't have to go to the gym to get the same results as somebody who goes to the gym. If you follow it and be true to it, it'll start coming off. And that's what it did for me. I just started digging into it. Okay, Marianne, I'm gonna do it. And finally, the light bulb popped on, and I started doing it, and I started seeing the results.
Along the way, did you have questions for Marianne?
Yeah, I mean,
So basically, Joe has the ability to ask questions through the site. You can actually go to this contact page and send your questions through the contact page, which comes straight to an email to Cardinal Elements, to me. And I'm able to answer those questions. And so then that gives him the feedback that he needs. And so, if he's struggling with the concept, there's videos there to help him with fats and salts and eating hygiene and stretching and cooking and all of those. But that this 5-step program has been changed and developed and added and enhanced and made better from people just like Joe, who give feedback and actually have helped that program be very, very strong. See, and so that feedback that you send through the contact page is great. And so then, Joe sends things back, and actually has been very, very helpful for other people. I was able to share with him that he was struggling with getting the Mounjaro, and I suggested, we'll go check other pharmacies. There's a lot of problems out there with these drugs, and so we also need to make sure that we're very, very safe with these drugs. And so they're actually, they have benefit. They have benefit in lowering your weight and your blood pressure and your glucose. But we need to make sure that we're doing it safely. And I have heard that there has been people, there's, like, as an example, this girl, she's gone to the ER 3 times with a stomach impaction. Her stomach is not working on this drug, and the Ozempic, and she doesn't want to give it up because she lost her weight, but yet she keeps going to the ER. And that's just not a good source of medicine for her. And so this 5-step program has helped Joe meet his goals on his Mounjaro. Now, if you're on Ozempic or Mounjaro or any of the other, Trulicities or, Wegovy or Rybelsus or any of those drugs, though you need a lifestyle program to go with it. And it's not actually handed to you at the same time. And so basically this program actually helps you with that lifestyle to go with it, because the drugs are not an end all. And so if you're having any problems with nausea, vomiting, allergic reactions, of course, stomach problems, and you can actually get yourself dehydrated, and then you've got kidney problems. And we do see this in healthcare. I've been in healthcare for many years, and it can be anyone of any age, of any health status. If you get yourself dehydrated, you can cause kidney failure.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got another mountain of problems. And so, and if you've got severe stomach problems, and if you're going to end up having surgery or an impaction, that can be very painful, very costly, very major surgery. Actually, I saw something on email today. I have to share this with you. It just blows my mind. Okay, now, okay, you hear about this, but now we have this. Attention, Wegovy and Ozempic users, you may be entitled to compensation. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have attorneys out there that if you have had surgery or gone to the ER, or, and had some serious stomach paralysis, and you could get some reimbursement for that. Well, I tell you what, it's not worth it. Don't even go there. And so if you're diabetic, this program helps you if you're type 1 or type 2 diabetic, even if you're on an insulin pump. I've had great feedback and outcomes for people with diabetes. But even if you're not, I have a whole slew of people that have done this program and they have lost weight, lost inches. Their blood pressure is better. Their well-being is better. They're sleeping better. There's videos on there about sleep and meditation, and we all need that stress reduction of some sort at some point in helping us care for ourselves. And so you have this resource at your hands, basically, right at your fingertips. It's a one-time cost, okay? It's not a monthly subscription. And it's cheaper than an attorney cost, because you are going to have to pay an attorney. And so you're going to have to pay for the drugs. And so $97. And so then basically you have this at your fingertips and you have access to this. And believe me, I even use my recipe book. I'm like, what was that? And I go out and I go look on the recipe book for that. It's actually a vinaigrette that I really like, and I go look it up. And so, and we eat pancakes and blueberry muffins on this, so we're eating good, right, Joe?
We're eating good. I mean, you're getting the same fulfillment. You just got to let go of that stigma. I'm not going to get the same fulfillment as I was before, but trust me, once you dive into it and start trying it's you won't even miss the fried chickens and the fried fish and that I love to eat. Baked fish, baked chicken. It now becomes that's the way I eat now. So if I go back, I tried some fried chicken a few months ago. It's not the same taste. It almost like I don't even want to eat this anymore. So
wow. A lot of things come to light here. First off, many people after labs are borderline diabetic. It's almost like a standard thing. In my circle, I hear many people, and then you get concerned, and then right away there's a lifestyle modification, which can and should be the 5-step program. I'm going to share with you, I'm on a meal program where I spend $10 a meal. It was okay until this weekend. Was in the bathroom. Something wasn't right with the meal. I'm not going to eat those anymore. Now I'm going to start making my own stuff. I'm convinced it was bad. It was bad. And the third most important thing, and most importantly, there's a lot of people that can talk exercise and can have programs for eating. They can be maybe dietitians and all of that. The difference here with Marianne is she's a board certified clinical nurse specialist. That's the best of every world right there in front of you. And then for such a nominal fee, again, I'm paying $10 a day these meals, and it didn't work for me. So now I got to change it up. And nothing's going to be better than making your own, because you know what's going into it. You can pick the ingredients and all of that. Joe, let's talk about the meal prep for you. How does that look? Do you prep, beginning of the week, or is it meal by meal? You guys make it at home? How does that go?
So, like I said, my wife's a marathon runner, so she does all food prep. So she preps every Sunday morning.
Cool.
So I have my meal sitting up here waiting on me to eat for lunch, but she preps every Sunday. There might be 2 days that might be the same, but she try to give us a variety. And then on Saturday, it's more or less like, okay, we're not going to meal prep, but we're going to eat something different than what we've been eating all week. So just that, you have that option of variety. While yes, you might spend a little bit more, at the grocery store, but the overall effect is phenomenal. Where you don't care about the cost anymore.
Yeah, yeah. You know what you're eating. That's
You know
it.
what you're eating.
That's
with your meal prep, you didn't know who cooked it, where they cooked it, how they cooked it. At home, you know what you're getting at home.
Exactly
So
right.
the other way of doing that is that, and that's great if you want to spend Sunday mornings doing that. And so that's one way of doing it. The other way is every 2 to 3 days, I spend an hour in the kitchen and I make 2 dinners, 2 lunches, and then, we're good. And so then we have, lunch is ready to go, because whatever I make for one dinner, I kind of make it for lunch for the next day. And actually, if there's 2 in there, you have your choice. And so basically, it's actually doable. And there's enough menus in there that you can have something different for almost more than a week or 2. And so the choices of how to prepare it, and how to make food combinations. And Joe said something about it being a little bit more expensive. Well, basically, it's not as expensive as going through a drive-through to a restaurant. It's less in salt, and it's tastier. Actually, you know what I have in my crock pot right now? I have sweet potatoes in the crock pot. Okay. And so the sweet potatoes, actually I put them on low. They're gonna be in there all day just because that worked for me today. And so tonight, okay, I'm going to they'll be very soft and like a mashed potato, very soft. And then I'm going to put butter, cinnamon, and crushed walnuts on it. Ooh. I feel like I eat like a queen, and people are missing this. It's stuff you can't even get out there. We didn't need the sugar. I mean, seriously, the taste is just, the sweet potato is sweet as it is. I'm going to serve it with some salmon and some cucumbers. So I have zucchini. And so, and I'm going to feel energetic, and Joe feels energetic. I'll tell you what. The energy and the feeling of satisfaction and satiety and it's actually much better than one of these medicines that reduces your food intake. Well, shoot, we want to eat, okay? And when you eat, you increase your digestion, and when you but these medicines are doing the opposite of that. And if you don't have to take them because you're diabetic, you're not diabetic, don't take them. Mobility doesn't have to be running marathons. And so most of us don't run marathons. We're not athletic, and we're just ordinary people working. And the stretch videos and the workouts basically are something you can do in your home, and they help you with your overall balance. And my body yells at me if I don't do them. And so I basically suggest that this program is great for anyone. And 5 steps, it's actually 5-steps.net. And there you go. It's available. And don't get yourself in trouble with these Ozempics and with very costly. Then Joe can't get his medicine, because there are some people that are diabetic. He's using less medicine now, and he's on a mission to reduce that even more so. But he's using less medicine, and he's doing it well. And he's doing it on this program. So
wonderful. We're out of time. I have one final question. It's for you, Joe. What's in the cucumber salad?
Oh man, it's got a little bit of, you know what? I didn't like vinaigrette, but it's got my wife puts vinaigrette. She's put the pecans in it.
Oof.
I never knew what mustard seed was. What's a mustard seed? But it's got mustard seed in there. But it's got a lot of little small things that you wouldn't think would taste good in a salad.
Mm.
But I tell you what, it is something. If I'm sitting there watching a football game on Sunday, it's almost like eating a hot fudge sundae to me.
I get it. You had me at pecan. That was it. Yeah, it's old. It's old.
So we throw a little bit of a mix in there outside of the original recipe.
Sure.
And we kind of do it but we try to do it on the good side. And like Mary Ann said, you follow this 5-step program, and you just put your mind to it. You will see the results, which I've seen tremendously.
One thing I'm detecting here is it empowers you with knowledge about mobility, and eating. Because what I'm hearing from you, Joe, okay, so we had the cucumber salad, great as is, but now what you've learned in terms of what's good for you, what's not so good for you, you kind of add a couple of things in there, your own little concoction, but you know what's going in it, and you also know that it's healthy for you.
Right.
Mary Ann, if anybody has a question, they want to sign up, they want to get it, one easy fee, you're done. That's it. You have the program. I want to just make sure I have it right. 5-steps.net. Is that correct?
Yes, very good.
Awesome. Both of you, thank you so much for being here today and all the insight, and congratulations, Joe, on changing your life and getting healthy again.
Hey, it was a pleasure to be here with you, Steve and Mary Ann. Like I said, it's been a long journey, but I see the results, and I'm happy with what I see.
Happy to hear it. Thank you. And Mary Ann, we'll catch up next time, okay?
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.